Hey guys, what's going on? Super Deathbot back for another review. I thought I would give a quick look at the Creatures pack from Alien Covenant because I thought the designs from this movie were pretty awesome, and who doesn't like little slimy, blood-covered alien creatures? I know I do. I think they did a pretty good job on this pack, except for maybe the main little alien you get is not my favorite, but the fact that they even tried to give it articulation is still kind of cool, and the paint apps aren't terrible. So as you can see, I have Deadpool about to shoot himself in the face so that you can see how a facehugger looks on a 6-inch scale figure. I think maybe it's a little big because obviously NECA is a 7-inch scale, but you know, it's still hilarious. Who doesn't want to see Deadpool shoot himself in the face to get a facehugger off? Also, side note, if they did get Deadpool, he'd be like one of the only characters that could have a chest burster and live to like fight his own xenomorph, which I kind of want to see now. Side note, somebody do that. All right, let's get into this. So first off, the pack comes with 2 eggs. One open and one closed, and I prefer these eggs to the regular eggs because I love the colors and the sculpt on this. Alien Covenant, I think, is maybe my favorite designed Alien movie. I mean, it doesn't stand up to the classic. I think it was a really good movie, but I do love the designs. The Neomorph was so cool. And even the Xenomorph in that movie was a little more savage and a little cool looking. But, I mean, as you can see, the sculpt and the colors and the paint are amazing on this thing. I think NECA is one of the best companies at that, which is probably why I'm a little disappointed in that guy. I'll show you the open egg after, but I'm going to move this because he doesn't stand so well. So, this is a baby Xenomorph from the movie. And there's a dog here. I think it's really, really cool that they did this. He's got a bendable tail, but it doesn't have any wire in it. But I think even the sculpt on this and the paint apps are really, really good for a figure that measures about 1 inch tall. I mean, NECA really did a cool job, and I actually can't wait to go get some funny little pictures or cool pictures with this thing. But this is, actually, it is a baby Xenomorph and not a Neomorph. So, it's, I thought it was really, really cool that they did it and how well they did it. So that's that. He doesn't stand very well. He probably will fall. But look at that little guy. He looks so cool over there. Like, it's like, oh, he's so cute. And then he eats your face. So this is I believe they call it a toddler Neomorph on the package. Now, I think the sculpt is pretty good. He does have, like, some head articulation. Can go front, back, and side to side. Might have to copyright that into a song. And he does have some joints on his shoulders. They do move outward a little bit. You can see the joint in there. I want to run him under hot water before I do that because I just got him because his knees had a lot of trouble bending. He does bend at the knee. He can rotate back and forth, and the hips and stuff actually go out. This one seems to be a little seized, maybe paint in there or something like that. I'm sure I can get all of them to move, and then the tail also is bendable. So I think that's really cool. I guess my biggest gripe is the paint. And I mean, it's not like the paint is really bad, especially on a tiny little accessory that is an accessories pack, and it's like $20 for 5 items. You know, it's really not that bad for the value. I do wish... I think I have the Neomorph figure, which I'll show you right here. I love the paint apps on that one so much that I wish it was a little bit more like this. I mean, the sculpt and the paint apps on this thing are really, really, really awesome. One of my favorite designs in a while. So if the baby one was a little bit more like that, then... Oh, my bad. Then I could see that. Well, we might as well bring Deadpool over here. As you can see, the facehuggers have a bendable tail. My biggest gripe about the 1 million facehuggers that I have is that the arms are not really bendable. I mean, once again, I know for the price point, It's really probably not that doable, but still wish it was the case. I'll get Deadpool out of this review now. I'm sure he'll show up in a few more because I love Deadpool in his various fashions. The sculpt work, once again, for little accessory pack figures, they do a really good job. I mean, the paint here too, you can see that it goes from the darker brown to the lighter brown. There is a few more colors in there, but or there are a few more colors in there, but it's hard to see. They do a really, really good job at making the underbelly all slimy and nasty. Like, even this toy, I don't want any part of that in my mouth, and I don't want it to create like a little creature that bursts out of my chest after I had to have. I don't know what's worse, the creature or having that in your mouth. I'm really, really not sold on which one is worse. But I do like the look of it. I think it looks menacing. They at least decided to sculpt the legs in a form where you could put it over the face or it could be crawling, and I think they did a good job on that with the proper lighting and stuff too. I mean, these things look fantastic. Now here is the open egg, which here's just you get 2 face huggers, so no different than the other one. Now the open egg is still that really, really cool texture and sculpting and design, and then you get the inside, which I think they once again knocked out of the park and did a really, really good job. I might have to pick up a second accessory pack because I really, really like these eggs so much. I got it at Toys R Us today, and I think it was like 20 bucks or 22 bucks or something like that. But I mean, just the sculpt work is really, really great on this. I can't wait to set up a Dio. I have some of the glow-in-the-dark eggs and some of the regular eggs, and can't wait to set up for this. But I mean, you can really appreciate the work that they put into this, the blues, the browns, the sliminess. I mean, in person, this thing does look, and probably, in this video it does too, with this light on it. I mean, it looks like a slime ball. Like, I don't understand why all these people keep touching these things. Like, I see like a gross napkin on the ground and I don't want to touch it. Like, I don't know why they go to these planets and they're like, oh, look at that nasty giant thing that possibly looks like an egg. It's like menacing looking already. Like, who wants to touch that? And who wants to find out what's inside of it? Or, like, what thing could have an egg that big? And then, like, let's go poke it. Like, that's not a good idea, as we can see, because everybody always dies, or at least a bunch of them. For scale with the alien figures, ooh, my bad. Here, so you can see what it would look like for one of those said people that I'm talking about who's always like looking to eggs and shit. I think they do a really good job on everything, and I really like that NECA does the accessories packs. That's one of my favorite things about NECA, actually. I wish Hasbro, Mattel, and everybody would take, a hint and do stuff like that, because I buy every single one of them and I'm so happy to have them. I know DC Icons does it, which is pretty cool. They do it in a little bit different way. It comes for a bunch of figures, so like you might not have the figures, so you might not want those. But this, if you collect NECA, is really awesome, I think. And I'm just going to show you this because I feel like it belongs in this review, even though you don't get it. When you buy the Neomorph, you also get like an infant Neomorph. So, stupid dog hairs, man. My dog's killing me. Dusting this place constantly. You get an infant Neomorph. So between getting the accessories pack and the actual Neomorph, you get an infant, you get a toddler, you get the face hugger, you get the eggs, you get that little Xenomorph that is just creepily adorable, and you'll have the regular Neomorph. So that is that on the accessories pack. I will be reviewing the Neomorph shortly, and maybe Ripley and some other. I got a bunch of aliens in the other day from doing the NECA club member. So look for those, and thanks guys. As always, hope you enjoyed.